Hello, fellow wood chopperoos. Chad here. Hey, in today's lesson, I thought I'd show you mitered sticking. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, mitered sticking has to do with how these cabinet doors are constructed. Now, they probably look like any old kitchen cabinet door to you, but let me show you how they're constructed. At first glance, these two joints look the same. They have the same nice little bead detail with the groove to take our panel, but there's one unique thing that's different about them.
Don't ask me.
This one is the typical stick and cope that you would see on smaller cabinet doors. And so when we take this apart, you see we have just a small tenon that's only 3/8 of an inch going into our 3/8 of an inch groove on this, which doesn't give it a whole lot of strength, for if you have a large panel in here, over time it could rack and fall apart. So this is the mitered sticking joinery, and it's got a full mortise and tenon to it. You can see how much longer this is, and with the haunch on it, it helps prevent the panel from racking and coming apart. So this is what we're gonna make. Now, I've already got my stiles and rails cut to the length that I need. That's going to be for the opening on my door, so that's really important. Make sure you take time to calculate that. And also too, have some scrap pieces of the size that you're using, because we're going to first, practice all our setup and get everything right to make our joint before we get going. First, mark the outside of the face of the cabinet. Then, make sure you find the center of what your piece is going to be. Mark them on all of them. Then we're going to go to the next step. Next, take your combination square, and for the thickness of what your wood is, set it. And then we're going to come down, we're going to make a mark, and draw this line all the way across. Now, transfer this mark up to the top here. Now, measure down from the corner here 3/8. Also from our line here, measure up 3/8, and also measure from the corner down 3/4. This is going to be what our hunch joint is going to be for, our shoulder. And then go ahead, block them up, and make your marks all the way around. Also note too that these are the vertical pieces. We're only marking this way, not the horizontal ones. And so now we're going to go mortise it out. Now, before we use any of our power tools, let's take a tip from Safety Dan.
Stay and save the Safety Dan.
Hey, whenever you're doing something like this, make sure you always wear your safety glasses and ear protection.
I've got my mortising machine set up, and I'm going to be making a plunge cut of 1 3/8. I'll explain more on the measurements later. So this is the area I'm going to be cutting out at full depth between the two marks. I'm also, from this line upwards then, going to be making a cut for the haunch on it down to this mark. Now I'm gonna eyeball it down to the mark, and then I'll clean the rest up with a chisel. Now, no matter how close you think you got this set to center, you're always going to be a smidge off. So what I'll do is I'll turn it around and run it through one more time. You'll see even a 32nd of an inch that you'll be off, it'll at least get you center. This was for my haunch, and this is where I'll come back in now with the chisel, and I'll chisel this down to our line. Now you're going to take all your pieces, and with the X facing down, we're going to run it through one of the pieces of the stick and cope router bit set that you've probably seen me use in other videos to make the smaller panels. This is the one that's going to give us the round over on it, and also cut our 1/4 inch groove all the way down through this. Now, you'll want to get it center with your piece. And also, too, the bit is going to be slightly smaller than what this is, because remember we turned it around on the mortising machine?
Yes.
But that's okay, because we're going to make our tenon fit to this, not to the slot. This slot is just strictly for the panel. And there's the profile. Hey, now don't go anywhere. That's only the first half of the video. And if you only watch half the video, well, all you get is this, and, well, what are you going to do with that?